Talib, I have just a couple of questions, right? You say, where's the evidence?
Sure.
Now, where's the evidence? Where's the evidence that that security man who's been accused of manhandling a child did anything else but tell Shah Rukh not to let his kids come into the ground, which is his job? Where's the evidence?
I agree. There is no evidence.
Right.
I haven't seen any evidence
Shah Rukh is just pulling up an alibi. And by the way, Dalip, one more point. Dalip, one more point I would like to make to you. Now, one second. If you see the tape, we have played the tape on top. Yeah. What is Shah Rukh saying on the tape? What is Shah Rukh saying on the tape?
No, you missed.
He is saying, don't talk to me like that.
Hang on.
Arnav,
go tell the policeman and get the BCCI to keep quiet.
Yelling at each other.
He does not talk about anyone. He does not talk about any manhandling. No, he's only talking about telling the security man, don't talk to me like that.
He said it on TV, two things. You missed out those facts.
Yes,
one, he said that the girl below the age of 13 was actually caught by hand and moved. He said in his interview. Second point, in the transcripts, there's a guy in a yellow shirt who's an MC official who actually abuses Shah Rukh in Marathi. And actually Shah Rukh says, what did you say? Will you repeat yourself? That is there too. No, what I'm saying is, he's been provoked to a level that he had to react so shabbily.
The security man took his job a little too seriously.
Exactly, sir.
See, first of all,
I want to know why. I want to know.
Give me a few seconds. You never allow me to speak. Whenever I come on your show.
May I ask you? Sir, you never allow me to ask you a question.
You call me or you don't call me.
Let me ask you a question.
No, you see, on the point of
allow me to ask you a question.
On the point of Shah Rukh being drunk, I think this is the disputed point. Shah Rukh has denied. And this is the mere allegation. Nobody knows.
Okay,
now that is one thing. So don't demonize him. Okay. Don't demonize him. But coming to the point of his behavior, I said it is more of a case of uncivilized behavior. Using abusive language cannot be condoned. From a person who enjoys that kind of a status.
Mr. MN Singh.
And I also said Shah Rukh has often hit the headlines all for wrong reasons. So many examples of his bad behavior.
I have a question for Mr. MN Singh and I would love for him to talk. Arnav, can I ask him the question?
1 second. If MN Singh allows you to ask him the question, go ahead.
No, he wants to talk and I would love to hear him talk.
Question
to Mr. MN Singh.
Yeah, go on, please go ahead.
So, we all know that Salman Khan has been, he's gone to jail for drunken driving where he accidentally or whatever killed people. Yes. So, technically, he does not have a license to drive. Today, if I ride an auto rickshaw, don't I need a separate license for an auto rickshaw and not a car license? So when we see pictures, and here I don't just blame the authorities, I also blame the media. So today we see a picture in a newspaper where we say, oh, Salman Khan is so down to earth. He just went into a rickshaw and he started riding it. Did the media question, did he have a license? He's on a suspended license. Does he have a rickshaw license? No. There's drunken driving. Did the media judge him? They didn't care. Did the cops take him to task there? No. Madam, so, you know what? We are letting them get away.
May I follow up with 1 point? Will you allow me, sir? May I follow up to 1 point?
Now she asking.
No, but may I follow? I will.
We see Shah Rukh Khan,
at the start of the program,
all of them drive away from nightclubs, sozzled, not being able to stand.
Let me handle your question.
And we do not do anything about the drunken driving. I would get arrested today.
I think the two examples that you have given, there is nothing common except that the name Khan. Between Salman and
about celebrities getting away.
There's a lot and I'm blaming the media and the cops. Salman Khan clearly violated the law and he was convicted by the court. Shah Rukh Khan in this incident has not violated any law.
I want to say one thing.
His behavior.
When I say one thing, can I say one? Gentlemen, will you all allow me, please?
Yes, please.
Do I have the permission of everyone to speak?
This is unusual. Relax today for once.
This is unusual. Thank you very much for taking over my job.
Powerful women in the house today.
I'd like to say to you, Mr. MN Singh, that I remember that in June 2011, there was a case of assault that was filed against Salman Khan, right? I think that was in Kanpur. If my memory serves me right, the police, and you're a police officer, the police did not register the case against him and his bodyguard. The police was forced to register the case on the instructions of the local court.
I am not aware of that incident.
I'm giving you an example. Follow up to what she asked.
If the police did not register, they were clearly at fault. But if there was a case of assault, beating somebody, a policeman...
If I assault someone...
Yes, it is an offense.
If I assault someone...
Under the law, it is a crime.
If I assault someone, will I be arrested?
Kind of a spat, a verbal duel is not a crime under the law, Indian law.
She's making a larger point, and I'm following up to that. If I or any other Aam Aadmi go and assault someone, will we have a case registered against us by the police or not?
Yeah, if it is an assault case. Yes. Where is the assault in this?
And secondly, will the police come to our home? Or will we be asked to go to the police station?
You have to go to the police to lodge your complaint.
No, but why in this particular case does the police come to a film star's home?
Where?
Is that also usual? To record his statement?
No, but
in this case,
I'd just like to ask, he has accused the MCA officials of manhandling. Now, manhandling is a very serious charge.
Serious offense.
Is he talking about the little girl having been molested? What is the charge? I mean, you're talking about this.
It's a very serious
It's a very serious charge.
You have to back it up.
So you have to be able to establish that. If he successfully establishes it, sab kuch maafi.
So, no, what are you saying? You are saying...
Sab kuch maafi.
No, no.
It has nothing to do with him being drunk or not being drunk. Any father will not stand by if his daughter is being molested.
Exactly.
Molested and manhandled.
Not molested.
This is not touch.
If you catch my daughter by her hand, that's an offense.
But have you seen it? Have you seen that happening?
With all the might at my command.
Is all the any of the clips establishing that
at that particular part
right now, or you're making charges which have to be.
But then nothing is established. If you go by the clip, he was drunk. It is not. It doesn't appear that he was drunk the way he was talking.
I'm not talking about him being drunk.
Now he has not beaten anybody. He has not assaulted anybody.
That is not the point. That is not the point.
The only objectionable thing that I find in Shah Rukh Khan's behavior is using abusive language. That is not acceptable.
No, there are charges that he has made.
He should have been dignified enough to accept the
We're getting a
different mixed up about with the two. There are charges.
I would like to say this, that if it is disputed what happened, then it's also disputed whether this charge, which is of manhandling, whether there is enough evidence to prove that the guard was telling Shah Rukh and the children not to enter the ground, or whether the guard was manhandling. That is a charge which has been made. I'm sure the police will have to investigate the charge and follow up on the charge. And that's just a now I'd like to go back to Dalip here. Dalip wanted to come back here because Dalip strongly feels that the point of view being expressed here amounts to demonizing SRK. Yeah, go on. Dalip.
Arnav.
Yeah.
Arnav, just a small point. I mean, I don't want to sort of pick in and sort of victimize any of the security guards, but there's a thing called reverse psychology, which is every time sometimes when these guards see a celebrity or a VIP or something, they really go out of their way to impress.
Really?
For example, they push crowds aside when the celebrity perhaps doesn't want them to do that. It creates a lot of tension. I'm really concerned about the kind of training some of these security guards have to handle a certain kind of client. And there is a difference. There's no question about it. We'd be lying to ourselves to say that security has not been instructed to handle certain people in a certain way. Politicians have it. What is this VIP thing? I mean, why is it only actors? I mean, the point of the matter is that there has to be a bit of sensitivity from the side of security people, not necessarily this situation, but by and large, I've experienced it. I'm sure all the celebrities sitting in your studio have experienced it. It sometimes becomes very provocative, the whole situation, and they very often create a situation which could turn into.
So you are saying the security guard is the villain here?
Yes, he's saying.
You are saying the security guard is the villain, basically.
Yes.
I'm not saying he's the villain. I'm saying that give people a fair chance. I mean, there's so much accusation on Shah Rukh that he did this, he did that. Maybe he did, but I can't believe he's done any of this without serious provocation, because he is not a person who will go and speak like this to security people or to his staff and other members of let's say a support team, unless something has really gone wrong. Then I think it's worthwhile investigating exactly what went wrong before making Shah Rukh out to be the villain. I mean, I think it should be a balanced viewpoint and figure out exactly what happened.
Okay, now gentlemen, we've got 3 or 4 minutes to the debate, I'm told. One sec. We've got 3 or 4 minutes on the debate here. Very quickly.
Whatever be the facts in this particular incident, I think I would, if I was to advise Shah Rukh Khan, he often gets into problem and bad media publicity, and he is often in the news for bad reasons. Now I think it will behove him and it will suit his status if he sort of be a little more gracious.
And you would advise would you also advise the security guard? Would you advise the security guard to do his job less seriously?
I would advise him
be a little less serious in
common sense, and
don't take on stars.
If Goswami comes here, I will not just push him just like this. If I was the security guard there, I would use my brain and not my brawn. That is expected of the security man.
But you would push someone else because he's not Arnab or he's not Shah Rukh?
No.
I mean, is that what you're saying?
Certainly, if it is Arnab Goswami, I must treat him with dignity.
I'm sorry. Let me say this. I think there is nothing wrong in standing in a line.
What's wrong with India?
There's nothing wrong in standing in a line There is nothing wrong like being treated like everyone else.
Exactly.
You know, stardom is not necessarily...
Treat everybody
this
with
is what's
dignity.
wrong.
Treat everybody
and if anyone, and to your question earlier, if anyone makes a mistake, including say your children make a mistake, admonish them. You know, put them in, don't have a fight on everything, right? Okay, quick, last 2 minutes.
Establish the rules properly so everyone knows whether you're allowed to be there or not allowed to be there, and please hear both sides of the story. Since morning, every television channel has been only playing what the MCA and BCCI officials have shown.
Not true.
That is so untrue. That is so untrue.
No, that's not true.
That's very fair.
Yes.
He's had a very
according
fair...
to his convenience, he decided to speak when he wanted to.
And not just that, he's had a very fair shot at clearing his name,
until the
whatever he wants.
Everyone was going on that he's drunk,
but after he appeared on television,
no one interrupted him. He came to the match only after the 19th over. He was watching it at home.
It doesn't matter when he was there.
They were celebrating there. There were children involved. The children were
irrelevant. Whether he was there from the start of the
entire argument took place.
Mr. Singh said that he has a habit of hitting the headlines. If he only stopped with the headlines, we'd have no problems. We'd have no issues at all.
Hitting the headlines for wrong reasons.
Gentlemen, I need to wrap up. I have 30 seconds.
Yes.
Yeah, 30 seconds.
Arnab, I think we should also, very important aspect to be understood tonight, we are behaving like a destructive democracy. We build large brands in India like IPL, like BCCI, and like Shah Rukh Khan, and then we go there for a very, very small reason today. We are destroying these large brands. No, it is. Shobha, listen to me. Just hear me out. In this match, hold on, IPL has allowed its promoters and its franchise owners to be on the field with their children. It's a regular practice. They get on there, they're sitting on the couches, all this is there. Hang on. In this incident, you have the CEO of IPL right on the ground at that moment. You have BCCI officials. These MC officials I have never seen on TV before. They're enjoying this moment of glory, to be honest. You've never heard them talk about cricket.
So they're doing this
stadium.
because they want fame for 15 seconds? Is that what you're saying?
Shobha, please,
the cameras are going to them to ask their version. They are not going to the studios and saying, oh, we want to be famous, please
what I'm trying to say to you is, this is too serious.
This is not fair to them.
This is too serious a matter.
This is not fair to those guys.
IPL and Shah Rukh Khan are not just pushover brands.
You're only thinking about the money.
Who's using abusive language, right? So who's destroying the brand?
I think last but not the least, Arnab,
this is not about IPL, it's about Shah Rukh Khan.
It would be brilliant if you get Shah Rukh and the MCA officials together and do a press conference. Close this chapter, let them sit there and finish this issue.
Shah Rukh would be winning. Like, he would be sitting there answering all the questions because he has so much to substantiate. He will be definitely there.
It'll be brilliant.
To all my guests,
it'll be a great conference.
To all my guests tonight, I just would like to say very humbly, everything is not about brands, Shailendra. Something's about what is right, what is wrong. Even those people who are not brands have a right.
You would not be running this story and be running a story of 30 kids dying in a hospital.
I began by saying
this is prime time.
I began by saying this, and we do that also, Shailendra.
Also is the word. This is prime time, or no?
Yes, because the question.
Shah Rukh Khan prime time.
I'm sorry. You got it.
I'm not a national issue, but it's a national story, but not a national issue.
Shailendra, one second.
Behavior from a prominent person must be highlighted and must be shown.
You have a lot of sympathy tonight for for celebrities.
I have tried to make a distinction between what is criminal offense and what is uncivilized behavior.
Now let me say one thing to you, Shailendra. You know, at the end of the day, you didn't hear what I said right at the start. I said, frankly, it's not about Shah Rukh. And maybe if it had been about, reigning #1 of Bollywood, there would have been even greater interest. It's not about that. This entire story at the end of the day boils down to attitude.
Human behavior.
And the question I put on Newshour tonight is it about what you're being told or is it about who's telling you to follow the rules? I think the story is open, jury's out.
It really is about public conduct, and celebrities do have an additional
Now we have all points of view tonight on the Newshour.
That's a mixed bag.
Yeah, we have all points of view. Gentlemen, thank you very much for following this debate. To all my guests, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry for that. Thank you, Dilip. Thank you, Arun. Thank you, everyone, for joining me on that Newshour chat.